What's happening, kids? Good to see everybody today. Beautiful Thursday here in the Bay. We are ready to set sail on the high seas, Creative Tony, if I may, the high seas, or at least the roaring rapids of the Deschutes River up north, where Creative Tony's dropped the anchor for the week. Great to see everybody on board today. Stevie B, Noemi, Escobar, Corinne, Scarlet Fire, Humdinger 87, Sweet Mad Hatter, Don Peralta, on it goes, Tony. You know how it is. Rags, there's Rags. He's back in the shore. Shout out the New Jersey Shore in the Garden State. Hey, Creative Tony, how are things up in the great green north, I'll say? I see all these lush kind of trees behind you and stuff. How's Oregon treating you today? And what's on the Creative Tony family docket today? Are we going to wrestle bears? Are we going fishing? Are we doing whitewater? How do you guys fill the day today? And I know it's going to be something cool.
Today, well, the wives and kids are taking the kids on ATVs, and they're going through like lava fields and like mud and puddles somewhere. And that's where me and my good buddy Pierce Lynch, we're gonna go find an Irish pub somewhere because Pierce is Irish and there's a great Irish pub in Bend called the Pine Tavern. We're probably gonna
go John Lynch.
No. Well, actually, I've never
got to ask the question. You always got to ask the question. You know,
never. I'll ask for sure. But they're going. We looked up horseback riding because my daughter Olivia, actually Tom does too. They both love horseback riding, and so does Megan.
Hey, shout out Bruce Springsteen's kid. She's riding equestrian. She's doing equestrian stuff. She was almost in the Olympics last year. Bruce's, you know that, right? Like his daughter's yeah, dude. Bruce Springsteen's daughter is like a world-class equestrian. I'm sure that Bonnie knows all about this too. I know Bonnie's a Scarlet Fire, big Bruce fan. Any case, maybe it's all leading up to me saying maybe Olivia will become the next like Springsteen kid, only she'd be Creative Tony's kid, competing for a gold medal, jumping over hurdles, stuff like that.
Dude, she loves the horseback riding. So does Dom, but I don't. I did it in Paso Robles a couple years ago with the fam, and I'm like, this is just a personal thing. I
can't wait. I had no idea we're going to talk horses today, but I got a few takes of my own. Trust me, I had a bad experience on a horse. Go ahead. Yeah. I didn't want any part of my city slicker ass. The guy's like, get off me. Give me what you got, and then we'll go toe to toe on this. Yeah.
Well, first of all, we looked up horseback riding for 1 hour in these parts. It's like $1.40 per person. So
damn, really? That's like $1 a trot. Every time a horse you hit the ground, there's another $1. You know what I mean? Like you're making it rain, dude. You're on the horse, just like chucking dollar bills, like while you're like trotting, like making it rain up on this horse. Anyway, go ahead, man.
$1 a trot. So I did it with the family a few years ago. So we're not doing that today because it's ridiculous. So, but I did it with the family in Paso Robles a couple years ago, and there's a trust thing. I don't trust the horses, man, because when I was 8 years old, Squaw Valley, now known as Palisades, went horseback riding with my parents.
I love where this is going. This has got like nightmare written all over it, dude. Squaw Valley, and this is back in the 70s when like anything, there was no law or order back then. It was like, anyway, finish your story. I can't wait.
It was probably like $5 a person to ride a horse back then. But anyways, so I'm on the horse, we're in the pack, and all of a sudden my horse for some reason just decides to take off away from the pack. I'm gone. So I'm holding on for dear life.
Terrifying. Bro, it's freaking terrifying. You got no control. It's like a runaway train. You're just holding on for dear life. You can get killed in that situation. How old are you, by the way? How old?
8 years old, dude, scarred for life. Branches hit me in the face. The horse is running through little streams and little
dude, branches, wham. Yeah, no, dude, totally. Yeah. Right in the eye. Oh, there's my eye. Damn it. Yeah. No, this is beautiful. I love it.
So finally, the instructor, this woman, she was great. She finally catches me and she's yelling at me, "Pull the reins." And I'm like, I'm 8 years old. I don't know.
Pull the reins. I'm trying to pee in my pants. Pull the reins. You know what I mean? I just soiled myself. Pull the reins. You pull the freaking reins. Yeah.
Totally. So she finally comes and grabs me off that horse and puts me on her horse. And I'm like, you know what? Never again.
Yeah.
But then 2 years ago, Megan and the kids wanted to do it. I'm like, you know what? I'm 50 years old. I should get over this and try it again. And it was a nice saunter. It was a nice trot.
Yeah.
But still, I was not. It's supposed to be relaxing.
And again, the price tag alone is enough to stress you out. Now here goes. You're making it rain on the horse. You're reliving childhood, like, trauma. So my experience happened, I don't know, maybe 20, 25 years ago. I was up in Mendocino. Okay. And I will tell you, love all those like Clint Eastwood cowboy movies, like Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, The Unforgiven, Fistful of Dollars. Like, I love the old westerns with Clint. It looks great. I'm like, damn, I want to be like Clint Eastwood, dude. I want to ride a horse. You know what I mean? Smoke a Marlboro, look like a badass cowboy guy. But I'm not at all. Like, I'm a city slicking SOB, bro. I've only lived in New York, Boston, and New Jersey. That's all I know. Like, I'm not a cowboy. I wanted to be, but I'm not. So anyway, dude, first of all, get on my horse, and we have like a tour guide. Same kind of thing, bro. My horse wanted no part of my ass. Like, it was like immediately objected to me getting up on this thing in the saddle. And two things happened. One, the horse went rogue like yours. Like, mine didn't go flying into the woods, but I remember it was like a beach ride. So we're riding around the beach, like we're all just walking around. All of a sudden, my guy starts going up the hill into these sand dunes, and the rest of the horses are going down. This is a true story. Like, they're all going down the beach, and I'm like, hey, my horse isn't listening. Like, it won't pay attention. Like, it won't stop. And I had to go up these stupid freaking sand dunes, and then the guide had to come get us back and everything. Then on top of that, Tony, turns out, how would I ever know this? Turns out I'm allergic to horses. Throw that in the mix. So, like, I was on this thing, I was like sneezing, coughing. I'm scratching, like I got hives. Like, dude, and I was the same kind of thing. I'm like, well, this is my one and only horseback experience. I'm never doing this again, ever.
Wait, so you have not been on a horse since?
No, and I never will. I learned my lesson. I'm not going back for more. I'm like, I'm allergic to them. They hate my guts. They're beautiful animals. I love that. They look great, but they clearly don't want any part of Paulie Mack. So I'm gonna keep my distance, man.
Well, this horse didn't want any part of me, but then I got on this other horse 2 years ago, and I'm like, I know it's supposed to be relaxing, but I'm just thinking in the back of my mind, this thing could buck me off or take off.
Dude, trample your ass, dude. It could trample. You could kick you with a hoof. You can get a hoof to the head. You know what I mean? There's dude, how about those big teeth? Wham, it could come in for the bite. You know, we don't know. I don't know where this thing's going.
I'm watching Megan and the kids. They're like having the time of their lives. They're relaxed, having fun. I'm like, I can't enjoy this. So when it came up today, I'm like, no, I'm out. I'm good. It'd be a waste of money. It would just be a waste of money. I'll go find an Irish pub with my man Pierce Lynch, and we'll meet you up in Bend somewhere after your horse trot. But we're not doing horses, so we're good. They're doing ATVs later today.
I'm so glad I asked you what you were going to do today. We got into a huge horse riff. I didn't see that coming. By the way, shout out Patti Smith Horses, and shout out the Rolling Stones Wild Horses, Creative Tony.
Oh, dude, Wild Horses all day. Wild Horses all day. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. And I also saw Rags talking about the steel horse I ride. That's for Patti. That's from Napa. And then also somebody else had a great song quote. It was Escobar. Where was Escobar's?
Where?
Oh, he said, save a horse, ride a cowgirl.
Wow. Okay. Well, listen, I mean, to each his own, whatever it takes, Escobar. By the way, welcome back to the PMP show. We had a great time on the night flight last night. Neil Young and Crazy Horse. Yep. Thank you, Nikki D. Neil Young and Crazy Horse for sure. Don Peralta, shout out Curly from City Slickers, Meaning of Life. That one thing. Creative Tony, go ahead.
Dude, City Slickers is one of the greatest movies ever made, in my opinion. I freaking love. Have you seen City Slickers, Paulie?
Of course. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Curly, man, the meaning of life. That one thing. Like, I just love. Thank you, Don, for the super. You freaking rule. And you're going to send me back into watching City Slickers maybe tonight with the kids, because that is a great freaking movie. So thanks for the mention, dude. Curly all damn day. What was Jack Palance, right? That was his name.
Jack Palance. I think got nominated for an Academy Award. I want to say he might have even won. I think he might have won the Academy Award for that film. I'm not kidding. We can
double check. I'm not sure.
We'll double check that. As by the way, Rags, shout out. Let's get some sports into the mix today. We do have Steve Moskowitz joining us today too in about a half hour. He's going to come on board for another Steve on the City hit. But Rags, quick mention of you and your squad, the Dallas Cowboys. Dude, I'm just out here minding my own business, just so you know, Rags. It ain't like I go looking for Cowboy info. I got my hands full with the Niners. Like, who's healthy today? Who's not healthy today? I already found out Nick Bosa's not practicing in the joint practice against the Raiders coming up.
What about Ben Barch, starting O-lineman for the Niners, leaves practice Tuesday with an undisclosed injury, dude? So now this kid Connor Colby, the lineman they drafted out of Iowa in the 7th round. I've heard really good things about him.
I generally like I generally like kids out of the Iowa program. You know what I mean? They big kind of corn-fed offensive linemen. That works for me.
So it's just I would like to know what's going on with Ben Barch, though. It'd be nice to know. And why?
Yeah, undisclosed, Tony. Undisclosed injury this time. Yeah, it's been a hell of a camp this year, dude. Between the drama, the social media nonsense, and the injuries, it's been pretty crazy. But go ahead.
A second. Just when the news comes, we got to give it. Lily Merchant says she confirms Jack Palance won Best Supporting Actor in City Slickers. So thank you, Lily. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and there's Low Steve too, confirming the same thing. Tony, I was going to say to Rex, so there I am. I'm just like kind of minding my own business. I'm drinking coffee. I usually watch ESPN in the morning, see what the big stories are and stuff. And there he is again, bam, right in my face. There's Jerry Jones with his cowboy hat, like every day. And he can't stay away from the microphones, even though he really needs to. And it's like this whole dance he's doing with Micah Parsons. I wish somebody from the 49ers would just fly down there and be like, hey, Micah, let me take you out to lunch today, man. Let's sit down and talk about your future. You know what I mean? Let's talk about your future in San Francisco and what we can do for you, what you can do for us, blah, blah, blah. Wine his ass, dine his ass, because Jerry Jones is still playing this. I don't know what his strategy is, if there is one, but this is one of the best defensive football players in the NFL who isn't even, he's just standing there. Like he's not even practicing. And Jerry Jones continues to say, well, we don't know. This isn't a negotiation. We got to still talk and figure this out. It's like, bro, anyway, Jerry Jones is probably doing more damage to the Dallas Cowboys on a daily basis by opening his mouth.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, Micah Parsons, the guys, Tony's just sitting there. He can help. They can help us. That's all I'm saying.
God, dude, I'd love to have a Micah Parsons.
Not unprecedented. We got Kenny Norton in the past. We've seen it can happen. Come on, man.
No question. I also wanted to share this for Rags, just to get Rags all hot and bothered this morning. Look at this. I'll know it's afternoon for him, but just I saw this morning. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to bring this up for Rags. Dude, the highest paid quarterback is the guy with 2 playoff wins.
Yeah.
Kaepernick has more playoff wins than the highest paid quarterback in the
NFL. He's got twice as many wins, and he hasn't been in the league in like 10 years. You know what I mean? Anyway, there he is, CK7. That's Tony's guy right there. Yeah, Dak Prescott. Listen, they're gonna have to figure something out down in Dallas. Anyway, Rags, I'm just letting you know every morning, whether I like it or not, I'm getting a piece of your boy Jerry Jones. He's in my grill every day when I'm having my coffee. By the way, Tony. You read my mind, bro. Look, I just picked up the script right here. I got it in my hot little hand. Let's talk Carlos De La Fuente and Flex Funding. Carlos De La Fuente is one of my favorite guys, and I'll tell you why. It's not just for his financial expertise, Tony. It's also because of the way he conducts himself as a Giants fan and as a Niner fan. I'm telling everybody on the board right now, listen to me very carefully. If you're not following Carlos on Twitter, you need to. You really do. This guy, Carlos, is mixing it up with everybody out there. He's like, yeah, this team's a pile of S. Like, he'll just throw these like tweets out there. And I'm like, I love this guy. Anyway, Carlos, I've been following you online. I'm having a great time reading all your posts. Carlos, now, when he gets down to business, serious about what he does, and he's serious about helping us all out and getting us into a better financial reality. When it comes to your finances, we're talking about mortgages, we're talking about loans. Ultimately, Tony, we're talking about your money. And even for us non-materialistic, hippie dippy, tree hugging type guys like I am in Creative Tony, is listen, we still got to pay our bills. You know what I mean? Like we still got bills to pay. And sometimes that can be really challenging, especially, Tony, when a scenario arrives like, I don't know, you got 2 kids in college both at the same time. Good luck with that, by the way. Start saving now, dude. Actually, that would be a really good thing for you to talk to Carlos about, Tony, about your future with your kids who are getting close to high school age. Because I kind of envy the position that you're in, Tony, in this one sense that you could get out in front of it enough right now to really help yourself out. Yeah. And talk to Carlos and be like, just tell him the deal. Like, listen, I got 2 kids. They're going to a private school now, but college is right around the corner. How do I prepare? What do I do? Like, I'm sure he could help you with that and help you get some money like moved into an account somewhere that could grow and stuff like that. But that's just one of the many, many kind of branches on the Carlos De La Fuente tree, Tony, if I may. Call him anytime. 925-250-4894. You can email Los D anytime, carlos@myflexnow.com with any kind of financial questions. You hear us talking about his HELOC specialties. That's home equity lines of credit. That is one of his specialties. He can really hook you up with one of those and help you out and get a great rate on that if that's something you're interested in. And then, Tony, I know you said you have a new video today, so let's unleash that. I haven't seen this yet, so I want to see the new Los D video if I could.
I basically asked Los because I think Los's mug is such a like a healing vibe. When we see Los's face, he's also a handsome dude. And I'm like, you add much to the show. So I was like, dude, can you send us another video? We're getting ramped up for August 26th. By the way, tickets still available. I think we're down to 6 tickets left for August 26th. If you want to get to the show or get to the Giants game with us and learn with Los, you can go to Polymax Particles page on YouTube. And the link is right there beneath our bio. You can buy merch. You can buy tickets to the game. Join us on August 26th. But then Los also shared this great video that I can go to right now. Let me just make sure that we have it up. Okay, good. He's there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Stand by, Los. Here we go.
What's good, PMP Army? Los D coming on here to give all of you love and remind you that August 26th is fast approaching, and we are going to be together at Longbridge at the Giants game, and enjoy life. Take a step back from our everyday grind and have fun first and foremost. But I also will be there to answer questions about loans, specific scenarios, and questions that you may have. One-on-one, may do a little something in front of the group. We'll figure it out. But can't wait to see y'all, and cheers.
Nice. Yeah, Los D. I like the video. Dude, he looks good on camera, Tony. Way better than we do, by the way.
Oh, dude, he looks phenomenal. That's why I asked him. I'm like, dude, you bring a vibe to the show that isn't me or Paulie, that is a damn good vibe, and the people like seeing you too. And they just pump up 826 because I'm excited about it, regardless of the baseball product that will be on the field.
Well, you're right. That's going to be secondary. Like the game itself, the team, by that point, dude, they might be so far freaking gone. It's not going to matter. I mean, it barely matters at this point. And I mean, yesterday to me, and I think a lot of other Giant fans, was kind of like the breaking point. The 11-1 blowout loss on your own field. By the way, shout out to the San Diego Padres, dude. They're out here working. They are now in first place, dude. How about that?
It's amazing. It's amazing that they've taken over first. And you know what, dude? I got to say, if I'm rooting for somebody in the NL West, obviously, other than the Giants, it's definitely the Padres. And I love seeing the Dodgers being, supplanted in that position. Because, dude, I
like you dropping a supplanted, dude. Dude, Robert Supplant. You know what I mean? Robert Supplant. Anyway, Tony, go ahead. I like you using the word supplant. Give me one of those every show, if possible.
I'll try to, dude. But also, I just want to also let people know, if you want to give Carlos a call with Flex Funding, 925-250-4894, 925-250-4894, or email Carlos at myflexnow.com. Los, thank you for the video, brother. Thank you for, I literally just texted him on the side, hey, Los, how you feel about doing a video today? And he's like, sure, man. And he's just a natural, man. So, and we got to get him on, Paulie, either like to have a before 826 or after 826 to do
for sure.
A recap. So
for sure. No, he's welcome anytime. By the way, I think it was Humdinger 87. Forgive me if I get the wrong name. It's already off my screen because it's on a wheel. Everything keeps rotating. But I saw a comment a minute ago. It said, I think it was Humdinger 87. He goes, hey, when you come to the game 826, he goes, dress to impress.
Nice.
Tony, let's absorb that for a second. I don't really dress to impress ever. I can't do that. It'll be like me riding a horse. It won't work. Are you going to dress to impress? Or maybe we should go because of this new Beastie Boys kind of craze that we're all enjoying. And by the way, looking ahead to tomorrow, that is the musical assignment. Just send in your favorite Beastie Boy track. We're going to have a good time with that. Tony, but should we maybe go as like the what's the one video they do like in Japan where they're all dressed up in the yellow suits and everything? Is that Intergalactic, right?
Yeah, that's Intergalactic, Paulie. Also, I want to just say, too, that I saw Steve Bisecchio. He says, Herb is supplant. So in that, he goes, Herb is supplant.
Herb.
Yeah.
Herb is a plant. Herbs are good for everything.
And then
like,
also,
yeah.
oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. There's
No. I was just gonna say, you know what I like about that Bob Marley cut, aside from everything, is that he like there's so much urgency in his voice. He's like really trying to convince the guy he's talking to. Herb is a plant. You know what I mean? Like he's like, what's wrong? You don't see what I see. Herb is a plant. You know what I mean? I just love the passion. That's all. I feel the same way. By the way, I do. I feel the same way.
How about a reprise?
Herb is a plant.
Yeah.
Herbs are good for everything.
Herbs are good for everything. Totally.
Also, like Corinne is a super, and Corinne, you two things you're going to add to the survey. First of all,
I like the opening sentence. Let's go back to horses for a second. See, Tony, here's what happens now. We start talking Giants for 5 seconds. We're like, whoa. Go back to the horses. We don't want the Giants anymore. Anyway, you take Corinne. Go ahead. Read that one.
yeah, he says, let's go back to horses for a minute. Best Giants memory, Mad Bum riding his horse out to hand off the World Series flag. I was there holding my breath, hoping the horse didn't get spooked. Exactly. It's a roll of the dice. It's a roll of the freaking dice. And one that it's funny. I had to put I put my foot in my mouth this morning. I was like, oh, I don't trust those things. What are you talking about? And then I got looks from both moms, from Megan and Shannon, and they looked at me like,
nice. Nothing better when all the moms get mad at you at once. Nothing better than that. Now you're the villain. You're like, what? Yeah.
And I go, wait, but they're very trustworthy animals. Very trustworthy animals. So enjoy. And so we obviously did not get the horses. But for those horseback riding enthusiasts, I tip my cap. More power to you. I'm actually jealous. Because
I am too. For all in full disclosure, and thank you, Corinne, very much as usual. We appreciate that support, and I love Mad Bum on the horse with the flag folded up. That was so bad at and I feel the same way you do, Tony. I envy the horse riders. I wish I could join your community. By the way, you know who's a big horse like lunatic, dude? Literally was she was only on the Murphy Mac show for a brief time, but Bonnie Jill, you remember Bonnie Jill?
Oh, totally.
I think she had horses out at the stables I'm not even kidding about this, like in Golden Gate Park, because she used to always say that. She'd be like, yeah, I'm going out to the horse stables today. I'm going to brush the horse. I don't know what she's doing out there, feeding it oats, whatever you do. But she was weighing. We should get Bonnie Jill on the show.
Sure.
We should catch up with Bonnie Jill. I think she's doing a sports show in Texas now somewhere, maybe in Dallas. I don't know. I think she's on the air somewhere in Texas.
I wouldn't doubt it. And she's a horse enthusiast. And also she's a huge Cowboys fan. So maybe that'll give Rags everything he needs for a whole season.
Dude, we're going to have to get a restraining order, though, on Rags immediately. If Bonnie Jill comes on, like, we're going to have like a SWAT team surrounding him because, like, that's his whole thing is like Texans and like cowgirls. But she really is. She's like an actual cowgirl. Oh, and Rags, here's one other thing. Put this in your friggin' pipe and smoke it. Bonnie Jill was this woman on our show, and she, at one time, Rags, ready? Hold on to something, kid. She was a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader at one point. So just we got it all lined up here. Anyway, Tracy will be thrilled. Tracy will love that segment. Yeah. Anyway, go. I will. I'm going to reach out to Bonnie Jill. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of her. I haven't talked to her in a while, but it would be fun. It would be fun to have her on.
That'd be like, she could probably talk to us about Micah Parsons too. So that'd be a lot of fun. And she probably has Jerry Jones stories too.
And horseback tips for us, dude. She can give us all the do's and don'ts of like, how do you not piss off a horse? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. How do you not piss off a horse? That's great. Paulie, I want to talk about Willie Adamas for a second, but I also want Corinne sent something into the show that I want to add to the show. That is funny because last night we were talking about whether or not you fold your underwear after the laundry comes out of the dryer. Do you fold your underwear? Remember we talked about that? That was the top 3. That was number 3 in the top 3. And the look on your face was amazing because you're like, I've never been asked this question before. I don't know what I do. But a lot of people in the chat last night were like, what, are you an animal? Of course you fold your underwear. So Corinne sent in a video of how to fold your underwear. If you don't mind, I can share it with the class right now. Here we go. I'm trying to make a little.
What is this?
This is how to fold your underwear. Corinne sent this in. So Corinne, thank you. Stand by. Here we go.
I like those nails. Those nails look like Eddie Van Halen's guitar. You see that? That thing's pretty cool.
There you go. Just fold.
Well, look how easy she makes that look. Yeah. Wow.
Come on. Am I taking this much time for underwear?
Look at this. This is like a clinic, dude. Wow.
Dude, come on.
Holy smokes with the tuck. Dude, rewind that. Roll that back. Did you see that last move? The tuck, dude. That was it's like a little wallet now. That's awesome.
See, here's the tuck right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm not wasting
something like this. I can't, my brain is not wired like this, thinking about tucking little flaps and stuff. I would never look at this. This is badass. I'm fascinated, bro. I could watch this for hours. Maybe roll one up after the show. Tony, cue up that Bundy video. I want to watch that for a while.
Oh, see, there's the tuck.
Yeah, the tuck is big. Tuck is big.
Anyways, I just don't take that much time folding my underwear. So, but thank you, Corinne, for the video, because I laughed out loud when I saw it, man.
Corinne
I was like,
rules, man. Corinne Humdinger 87, tuck it. Yeah, sometimes you got to. By the way, if I may get a little risque on a Thursday morning, sometimes if you're going to go tuck, you got to shout out James Gum and Silence of the Lambs, the ultimate tuckster, if I may. Forget about the tuck rule. Forget about Tom Brady and the tuck rule. The tuck rule originated in Silence of the Lambs with that nut looking in the mirror going, I'd blank me. And then dancing around. He's tucking himself in. I don't recommend that at home. Okay, Tony.
Yeah, exactly. I'd blank me. Paulie, I wanted to tip my cap to Willie Adames before. I know we want to give Dr. Young some love too before Stephen Moskowitz comes on. But Willie Adames, okay, he's having a tough year. I think he's having his career worst year, and it's interesting that it's his first year not with the Brewers. So, or at least the Brewers are doing really well without him, which is odd, right? The Brewers won 12 straight. I might be jumping on the Brewers bandwagon and the ghost of Bob Uecker this year, by the way, Paulie, just FYI. But Willie Adames last night, yesterday, after losing 11-1, getting their asses handed to them, he stood in the tunnel, dude, and he signed every single autograph because his vibe is infectious, man. He's always got a smile on his face. He loves playing baseball for a living. And I just want to tip my cap to Willie Adames for doing that, because, you know, it's got to be wearing on guys like him who are competitors and also enjoy the game. Losing is not fun, and losing challenges your joy of the game, your enjoyment of the game, obviously, right? So the fact that he waited out and just signed every single autograph, it just made me see, like, you know what, dude, that is a class act. That is a guy who I want to root for, and I just wanted to, you know, just recognize that today, because I thought
I appreciate that. And Tony, hold tight for 1 sec. Don't go to Noemi yet, because I want to say, and she's a super, but hold on to that for a second. Pardon me. I want to say something positive about a couple of Giants too that deserve a shout out in these dark days. One, Dom Smith. Dude, Dominic Smith, this guy had a 15-game hitting streak going into yesterday's game, and it did end yesterday with the 11-1 ass whipping that Tony just mentioned. But shout out to Dom Smith, a 15-game hitting streak. To me, I respect it. And then on top of that, this goes back to, I guess, the Tuesday night game when they only scored one run again. But Casey Schmidt that night went 4 for 4, and I was happy to see him swinging a hot bat too. So shout out Dom Smith, shout out Willie Adames, and shout out Casey Schmidt, who've all been playing like pretty decent baseball. Yeah, but it's all in the shadow of the Giants just losing, which is now at a historic pace. Again, if you haven't heard this yet, Giants losing 13 of their last 14 games at home is the low mark of all time since they moved to the West Coast. That's never happened. They've never lost 13 of 14 on their own field until right now. And that's why I feel like it's kind of unavoidable that someone's going to go at the end of this year, and more kind of momentum, and the drums are starting to beat, I think, for Bob Melvin. He might be the sacrificial lamb, but maybe that's the wrong term, because someone has to pay for this, and you can't run this same thing back out next year. That would be a horrible message to the fans. Like, no, we like what we have here. Like, no, we don't. So, I mean, a new skipper coming in, that's a whole new set of headaches, and who's it going to be? And should they go in-house? Like, I saw somebody, I think it might have been Rod Brooks. Somebody last night posted some interesting stuff. Like, would Buster Posey ever consider transitioning down to the dugout? Or would they think about pulling somebody from the Giants kind of like World Series pedigree? Somebody like, I think it was Brooksy who mentioned this. Ryan Vogelsong was a very interesting man. Now, again, the guy has no experience as a skipper in the bigs, but I love Ryan Vogelsong, and I love his fighting attitude and all that stuff. I don't know. What would you think of something like that, T? Like, we're just talking. There's nothing behind this. We're just speculating.
Well, I think pitchers and catchers make really good managers, because when they were a player, they were involved intensely in every single pitch of the game. So they dive the deepest into a baseball game, right? Because if you're in the outfield, if you're in the infield, you're involved in every pitch, but you're not as intensely involved with every pitch of a baseball game. So catchers and pitchers. So yeah, Ryan Vogelsong, the vibe, the energy. I think it's an energy thing with Melvin, man. Like, nothing against him, but I don't know. Like we were talking last night on the night flight, that it's just his energy is kind of the same the whole time. I'm sure he shows other stuff in the clubhouse that we don't see, but it's just it feels like he's lost the team, and that sucks to even say because I like Melvin, but I think
all do. Yeah,
it's an energy thing. And then Scarlet Fire, I was just about to say the same thing. I'm wondering about Pat Burrell too. Like, and I like Pat Burrell. I have nothing against Pat Burrell, but if you want to talk about like their deepest problem of the entire season, it's been at the plate, and they have not. And you've got these got hitters that should be doing much better. Again, Pat Burrell isn't the one digging in the box and facing these pitchers and going 0 for 4 or whatever, or hat trick or batting 220 or but like you said, somebody's got to take the hit for this. Pat Burrell might be, if you don't want to get rid of Melvin, Burrell might be the guy, even though I like Burrell too. It's tough. But I do like the idea of a younger, more energetic coach or manager that could maybe vibe with the guys a little bit more. I'm not.
No, I don't disagree with anything you said. I agree with all of those points. Tony, let's take care of a couple of supers, and then I want to talk about Dr. Matt Young for a second. Escobar the third, and I think Noemi was there. It is. Yeah. Look at him.
I don't even know where my phone is. Gosh darn it.
And whatever you do, don't mute it during the show. Let it ring. Let that thing ring. No, it's not. If it was muted, it wouldn't be ringing. This is like a daily thing. Tony, we got
any IT people out there, help me out, because my phone is somehow embedded into my laptop to where even if I mute my phone, it still rings. Anyways, go ahead.
I believe in separation of church and state, and I believe in separation of laptop and phone. You got to keep those two things apart, bro. Don't let the phone infect it's not good for the show or anybody else. Anyway, it was who was it? Escobar the third. And Noemi, couple supers real quick, and then I want to do the Dr. Matt Young, and then we got Steve Moskowitz. So let's get moving. Okay, Noemi, I blank me scene has the song "Goodbye Horses" playing in the background, dude. I'll tell you what, Noemi, I never knew the name of that song, but it scared me. That music scared me. I'm like, geez, whatever this guy's listening to, I don't want any part of that. Like, so thank you. That's incredible knowledge, Noemi. I'm not surprised. You always bring your A game.
It's also incredible particles too. That we were talking horses, and next thing you know, James Gum and the Tuck scene becomes part of the
I'm gonna work this into my next wedding band riff. As I turned you guys on to, you go up to a wedding band, yes, for the most obscure thing of all time. Hey, do you guys know Fairies Wear Boots by Black Sabbath? You know what I mean? Ask them like weird stuff. I'm gonna try this one next time. Hey, do you guys know Goodbye Horses from Silence of the Lambs? We'll see how that goes. Thank you, Noemi. Give me Escobar, and then we want to do Dr. Matt Young.
There you go. What is this? Melvin. Dude.
Silk Wilkes, dude. Stevie Silk Wilkes. It didn't work out. Yeah, Stevie Silk Wilkes, bro. He was in and out real quick, Escobar. Thank you. I know it's not good. Not a compliment.
This is where we have to talk about like the Pete Carroll factor. Like Pete Carroll and his energy is infectious as hell because of he's trying to resonate with these kids, these younger people that are putting their bodies on the line every game. He's like, okay, I need to get on the same level as these people energy wise. And so that's why I tip my cap to Pete Carroll. And it's like, Melvin, I need more from you in a press conference. Then, well, we're just gonna have to go out there again and give it our best shot again. And it's like, dude, okay, I just need more. And tip my cap to Melvin for all the lineups he's tried to make. If I have time, I'm going to try and figure out how many different lineups he's made over the season. Just
Can I get a Will Ferrell? I don't know if we have enough time.
No, I don't have it on the soundboard right now, but we can just say it. But Paulie, before we get to Steve Moskowitz, he's in the green room and he's enjoying all of the food and pleasantries in the green room. And while he waits, I'd love for us to give Dr. Young some love before we bring in Steve to the show.
Yes,
and commence fourth.
Okay, I want to commence fourth. Very nice. Let's get Tony's vocabulary today. So supplanting, commencing. This is great. All right, let's talk about info at youngdentalsf.com. He is the official dentist of the Polymac Particle Show, co-hosted by Creative Tony. Listen, we've been singing this guy's praises for a few months now, and it's for good reason. He's been my dentist for over a decade. I've been going to Dr. Matt Young and getting all kinds of procedures done because I was negligent. I didn't go to the dentist for a long time because I was uptight. I had like a phobia of going to the dentist. But then I met Dr. Matt Young, and all that stuff kind of melted away. He's been in business over 25 years. He's down in Union Square in the city, 490 Post Street. And again, he's just a great dude, great family man, loves his Giants, loves his baseball. He's got an SI Wildcat kid, just like Creative Tony. Give him a call anytime, 415-392-8611. You can also email him, info@youngdentalsf.com. And Tony, I should really give you the floor today because you are now engaged in the back and forth with Dr. Young. When's your appointment? I'll leave it to you, Tony, but tell your tale.
So, dude, I called the 415-392-8611 number and left a message for Dr. Young. And not only did Dr. Young respond to me, but also I got a call from Han. Han responded directly to me, says, we need to get you in here. Let's get you in. He goes, hey, to be honest with you, we have an appointment today because we had a cancellation. Could you come in today? I said, well, I'm in Oregon right now, but I'll be back next week. And so he asked me for times and days that worked best for me. So I'm going in on Tuesday to see Dr. Young. To see, I've got a cracked tooth, and they're going to fix it. Okay. And you know what's funny, Paulie? If I didn't know Dr. Young, I would be very anxious and nervous about this.
That's what I'm saying. That's how I used to feel. Exactly. Yeah.
I'd be very anxious and nervous about this. But the fact that I know Dr. Young and I know how he cares for his patients, and I know that he makes the process somewhat enjoyable with the music and the vibe, right? And like all the energy he puts into it, I'm not nervous about it. And I love the fact that I'll be seeing him on Tuesday. And if you want to get in there yourself, call him 415-392-8611. That's 415-392-8611, or email info@youngdentalsf.com. And don't forget that they're open on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So there you go, Dr. Young and the Young Dental Group in San Francisco.
Thank you, Creative Tony. Well said. All right, let's do it. Let's open up the guest room doors and let's bring him in. This is one of our favorite guys now, tax attorney extraordinaire. He's a San Francisco legend. He also happens to be a good friend of mine and Tony. We go back many, many years, the three of us do. We have our annual holiday dinners coming up. I'm always looking forward to that once we get into the fall. But right now, here he is live in front of your steaming eyes. He is, tax attorney Steve Moskowitz. He's back in the saddle today. Steve, how we doing, buddy?
Doing great. Thanks so much for inviting me.
Oh, anytime, man. Anytime. Listen, the whole thing is, Steve, is we've missed the chemistry that we've had with you because we used to do a hit every week with Steve for years. And then Steve and I were doing a daily hit on the Murphy Mac show. And all of a sudden I was having like Steve Moskowitz withdrawals. And I was like, Tony, let's just get him back on the show. And so here he is. Thanks for taking the time today, Steve. And we're going
to be here. Always have a good time with you guys.
Thank you, man. And we're going to open up today with we have a sports / kind of legal question, and it's as follows. With the San Francisco Giants now, Steve, playing some of the worst baseball we've seen in our adult lives. They've lost 13 of their last 14 games at home. The question has come in front of my desk here, and I got to relay this one on behalf of our audience. Is it possible for a Giant fan to sue the Giants for emotional distress and abuse?
Well, anybody can sue anybody for anything.
Okay.
However, my wild guess would be that A, it would get promptly thrown out of court.
Yeah.
And B, the defendant would then sue the plaintiff for improperly suing them. Because if you just sue somebody and you shouldn't, there is punishments for that.
Wow.
If somebody sues you for being too handsome, they could sue you.
Yeah.
You still have to answer it. You incur some expenses. You'd be thrown out of court. And then you say, wait a minute, you owe me now. You shouldn't have sued me. You got to pay the piper.
By the way, I love that Steve had like a proper legal answer ready there. Like we're like threw a joke question at him. And he's like, well, it's actually, you could get sued. It's pretty good. Hey, Steve, we hang out a lot and we have over the years. And I know you're not like the biggest sports fan, but if you had to pick, what's your one favorite sport or one sporting event of the year that you like to watch? Like Super Bowl, World Series, like what's your go-to?
I really enjoy them all because it's part of the, American life. It's part of the season. It's like, something that I enjoy in Christmas time would be different than something I would enjoy in 4th of July.
Yeah. Yeah, no question about it, man. Steve, you do your time in the Super Bowl too, though, right? You'll tune in for the big Super Bowl game.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Who's your team? Like, who are your squads, Steve? Like, are you a Niners Giants guy?
Oh, I'm a San Francisco boy. So it's all the local teams.
Well, Steve, also, but your New York roots.
That's the thing. Yeah.
So I wanted,
Yeah, but I've been here over 30 years, so it's kind of like at some point,
yeah.
you know, home is San Francisco to me. This is my home here.
Do you have
So-
any ill or just bad feelings about a team like Yankees, New York Giants, New York Mets, any of the? Because I know the hatred can run deep for certain teams, one or the other. Whether it's
I have no hatred. Hatred destroys from within. I hate no one.
I love it. Oh, and by the way, Steve, we wanted to mention today. So when you're looking at your computer screen on the right-hand side of your page, you should see on the near the top, it should say private chat, comments, and recording. If you click that comments button, you should be able to see our audience because they're all lined up there, and they have like their own kind of dynamic that's happening while we're doing the show. So anyway, just check out the comments when you get a chance. And Steve, as we do have the opportunity to have you back on the show, I want to just get one of our kind of weekly Steve's tax tips of the week. And I do have a serious tax question for you today too, because I know this time is come and gone for all of us, but
Well, let's see if I have a serious answer.
I bet you do. No, I bet you do. You always come up with something good when I ask these, because these are the real questions we have. Like the people in the comments line and just regular old like citizens who are hardworking people, they pay their rent, they pay their bills, and then all of a sudden they look at the calendar and they're like, oh, I didn't file. I just a tax time came and went. I missed the deadline day. And then people get scared. We've talked about this over the years. People panic. They get scared. They're like, I don't know what to do. They're frozen in terror. And all of a sudden they could find themselves in a really bad spot with the IRS. So people that haven't filed, Steve, for whatever the reason, we're talking about good people, hardworking people, parents, they have jobs and families. But if they haven't filed yet for last year, what would your, what would your best advice be to those people?
Well, it's simple. File it and we'll work out a deal. The number one reason people don't file returns is very simple. They just didn't have the money. So in year one, they make a mistake. They just don't file. Now, year two rolls around, and then they say, how can they file year two when they didn't file year one? And by the way, they still don't have the money. Then becomes a lifestyle, a criminal-like lifestyle, always looking over the shoulder. Is today the day the IRS is going to come and get them? And then they start doing what I call the crazies, where some people will do other illegal things like working under the table or these other things. And it just builds on each other and it's horrible. And I've seen it cause divorces, loss of business. I saw 2 suicides over it. I saw a child given up for adoption because of all that it didn't have to be. And when these things come up, I feel like I'm a medical doctor who goes to some country where people are dying. And I say, oh my God, if you just take this pill, you'd be fine and healthy. You don't have to die. And they make themselves miserable. I had a client where very nice fellow, and he had a business and the whole family worked in the business. Nobody filed tax returns. And every tax season, he wound up getting hospitalized because he made himself literally, he literally worried himself sick because, his friends would be talking about their taxes and they'd ask him. And he literally wind up being hospitalized for a few days during tax season. And I said, this is easy to fix. This is easy to fix. But he was in such fear. And the bottom line is that, for the most part, this is really fixable. The number one reason is they don't have the money. We cut a deal. Another reason that comes up is people don't have their records. Well, okay.
Yes.
There's ways to handle that. First of all, we can get all the records the IRS and state have on them. And then there's other things called substitute evidence to put it together. Or their bookkeeping looks like it was done by a raccoon on meth. So
I have one of those in my house. Yes. Yeah.
It happens.
It happens. Right. It can happen to anybody. Right.
We handle that. And the bottom line is this problem is so fixable, but I've seen it just ruin people's lives. And I mean, seriously, there's a case I had where I never met the husband. I met the wife. And the wife admitted that she was constantly asking her husband, when are you going to do something about the taxes? When are you going to do something about the taxes? And that fatal morning when she left work, she says, today I'm going to do something about the taxes. She came home and she found them hanging in the kitchen.
Oh, geez.
These are horror stories. It was easy to fix.
Yeah.
I had another suicide also was easy to fix. That boy that was given up for adoption, he gave up his son for adoption because he didn't want to drag his wife and kid in it. Easy to fix. So it's sort of like, again, the medical doctor, where if you go to some country where they don't have medicine or not very good medicine, and people are just dropping in the streets dying, he says, oh my God, it's a simple pill. Just take this pill and you'll be fine. But if you don't take the pill, yeah, you're going to die.
I'm sorry, Tony. Go ahead, buddy.
Well, I just want to, Steve, the comments are coming in, man. We got Small Business ERC, go. We've got from Dom. We've got Pine Needle saying, hey, Steve, love your commercials. Cheers. Good to see you. We've also got Dom Peralta, who is one of our, like he's our basically our art director for the show, Steve. We have an event coming up on August 26th that I know that Paulie and I wanted to cordially invite you to. So, Paulie, why don't you take it away? But Dom, Paulie and I were thinking of the same thing, but Don Peralta says at Polymax Particles, let's invite Steve to August 26th.
No problem. It's funny. You guys are kind of reading my mind. You're telegraphing the punches here, because when I asked Steve what his favorite sport was, that was in the back of my mind. So, Steve, and again, no pressure, man. I don't want to put you on the spot here. You can answer me off the air later today. There's no pressure at all here. But just so you know, we are having a Polymac night out at the at Oracle Park for the Giants game on August 26th. I believe it's a Tuesday night. We have a block of tickets in the club level, so we got a nice spot in the yard. And I think we've sold about 50 tickets so far. So we have a nice group of our audience that we'll all be sitting together. And you are invited to join us, Steve, very cordially.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to have to check the calendar, but if I'm free, sure, I'd love to go.
Yeah, nice. That would be killer. You know, we do have a couple of our other sponsors coming out that night too, Steve. So it'll be a great time. We'd love to hang out with you, and you can answer me off the air later today or tomorrow. No rush at all, and no pressure at all. I know you're a busy guy, man, but that's a good thought, Tony. I like the way your brain's thinking, man.
Oh, totally. And also, Steve, one of the comments says Steve has that calming, monotone voice, buddy. I remember telling you this at one of our dinners, that you've got the pipes.
Yep.
If you weren't a tax attorney, or if you weren't the taxi driver back in New York City, you might have got into voiceover work, dude.
Well, that's always nice. You know, I love being part of your shows.
Yeah.
So I do have that ham in me.
You know, I got to tell you the truth, though. It's not a joke. Like, the demeanor of Steve, the steady hand of Steve is part of like what calms the blood pressure when you walk. Because again, like all the stuff he just talked about, people that didn't have all their records. When I first started working with Steve like 15 years ago, I walked in there with like files under each arm. I'm like, Steve, my stuff is a mess. I don't know what to do. I think I didn't file last year. It was a disaster. But Steve, with the demeanor, he kind of calms you right down. And he said what he said. He was like, listen, don't even worry about it. Let me take care of this. Let me get my guys on this. Then we had a few more meetings. The next thing you know, the whole thing was taken care of. And he can definitely do that for you guys too. So reach out to Steve anytime. Very easy guy to talk to, as you can see. Call him at 1-888-TAX-DEAL. Steve can have a dialogue with you anytime. Tell him about your situation. Let him and his staff go to work for you and get you in a better reality, man. You don't need, like Steve said, all those horror stories. People with their lives disrupted, their families disrupted, their finances disrupted. Doesn't have to be that way. And I'm a great example. Look at me. He helped me out, and now I don't worry about it really at all anymore, because I know I have Steve in my corner. So, Steve, all that being said, before we let you go today, let's do this, because when we have you on, I feel like we should use this opportunity where you could share like another insight with our audience. So give me a Steve Moskowitz tax tip of the day. Nice. On your way out the door. Anything. You pull it, whatever you think is good for the audience to know. Just give us a Steve Moskowitz tax tip before we say goodbye.
So many businesses miss out big time by not having a retirement plan. And what will happen is I say it boils down to this. Would you prefer to write the check to the IRS or to yourself? And that's what it boils down to, because there's 4 major benefits to that. 1, you pay less taxes. 2, your retirement income is not taxed while it's in the plan. So no brainer, it grows faster and fatter because you're not paying taxes on the earnings. 3, it's, we're doing a sports show, so I always bring this in. Under federal laws, it's exempt from lawsuit judgments. So suppose somebody sues you for something. You did something horrible. You had an automobile accident. You looked at me wrong 15 years ago. It's caused me terrible emotional distress. and the jury says, fine, here's $1 zillion. Look at O.J. Simpson. O.J. had a multi-million-dollar judgment against him for many, many years. He never lost one penny of his pension. And there's such flexibility where with most tax planning, you'd have to write the check by December 31st, 24 to write it off in 24. With pensions, there's 24 different types, but with most, although not all of them, you have up to the time of filing the return, including extension. So in English, suppose your 24 return is on extension. Right now, today, it's 2025. You could still set up the pension in 2025.
Nice.
Fund it in 2025.
Nice.
And still deduct it from 24. I mean, anybody in business should have that. Again, your choice is, do you want to give the money to yourself or the IRS?
No, great call.
Hey, I'm glad I asked. Tony, I'm glad I asked. That's exactly why I asked. Steve, and thank you, by the way. Thank you, man. Thank you for sharing that with all of us. And again, Tony, the demeanor, the steady hand of Steve Moskowitz. I think we all need that in our lives. Go ahead, buddy.
Just a couple more comments, Steve. I just want to share with you. It says, one of the comments says, just hearing Steve talk about taxes makes me calms me about my taxes.
Hey.
And another one from Los D, he says, Steve Moskowitz is as solid as it gets for legal knowledge for decades. So these are the people coming in, supporting you, Steve, and big fans of yours.
Hey,
And
thanks guys. Thanks so much. And I'm just a simple guy. I still remember my taxi cab driving days in New York. I'm just a simple guy, and I'm so grateful that I can help people.
Well, let me modify that. Before we say goodbye, Steve, I'm going to modify that statement in one way. You're a simple guy. You're a great guy, but you're also the guy that I go to when I say, Steve, take me to the place that has the best veal parmesan in San Francisco, because you can help me with that as well. With the bone in, by the way. And it's a chop, Tony, that's bigger than the plate. And you're going to be eating that thing for at least a couple of days. There's no way you eat it in one.
It literally hangs over the plate.
It does. It does. There's the plate, and then there's like the veal is like hanging off the side. There's no question. Yeah.
So,
Steve, insights. Yeah.
That place we're talking about, I was going to ask Steve, have you been to Fiori Italia anytime recently?
Oh, sure.
Attaboy. Well, we need to get back there with you.
I'm going to put in the request right now.
Whenever you guys want to go, just give me a call. We'll set up. We'll have a good time.
Awesome, man. Hey, Steve, thanks for the time today. I'll send you a follow-up email about the Giants game. No pressure. And bring Sherry, too. If Sherry can come, both you guys can come. Yep. But I'll send the email to you later today. No pressure, Steve.
And just for those of you that are not familiar with that, Sherry is Sherry Yee, who was on the former station. I won't mention any names.
We don't mention. Yeah, the station that shall not be mentioned. Right.
Station X.
Yeah.
And Sherry was on there for many years. She started working there as an intern. That's when I met her.
Yeah.
Because, it's been a long time. Mm-hmm. And finally, Sherry gave in to my begging and pleading and joined my firm. But obviously, we're still very connected with our friends from Station X.
Yes.
Yeah. No, she's the best. We love Sherry. We'd love to see both of you guys.
Everybody loves Sherry.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Clients love her too.
Exactly, man. Steve, thanks so much. We love you, buddy, and we'll do it again soon. We'll be in touch.
Love you too, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Take care, bud.
1-888 tax deal. Steve Moskowitz at your service, buddy. I got to tell you, you're right, Tony. It's like almost like taking like a Xanax or something. You know what I mean? You're all wound up and you're stressed, and all of a sudden Steve comes on. He's like, "Listen, man. Here's the situation." Like he's got the hushed tones, the quiet delivery, calms the blood pressure, Tony, which is something I definitely need.
It's kind of like that. Just everybody chill out. It's going to be okay. But it's the thing about the lack of knowledge for people, you go to people like Steve who are experts in the industry.
I'm a big lack of knowledge guy. Yes.
But then you go to Steve and then you get informed, and then he can present options for you, because there are options. People that think they don't have options, there are options. And Steve, it's the delivery. It's the like the confidence in the knowledge and experience, man. It's all right there for you with Steve Moskowitz and his whole staff. So it's, like we said, MoskowitzLLP.com. And also, if you want to, you can also reach Steve 888 tax deal. 888 tax deal is the phone number too.
Thank you, Tony. Well done, sir. Now, before we wrap today, I forget if we have a mailbag. What else do you have up your sleeve? You laid out all the stuff for me before the show, but we got what's left. I just want to make sure we check all the right boxes and look ahead to tomorrow for the Friday, the high noon special. Again, we will take flight at high noon. Bring in your best Beastie Boys songs. You can send them to paulyspod@gmail.com. I'm finally saying the email address. Thanks for putting up in front of me, Tony. I need that kind of assistance. What else is on the docket? I know. Do we have a mailbag? What you tell me.
I wanted to talk about Leah Phillips sent something in on the show, and I'm going to try and find it here real quick because it was a funny thing that she sent into the show. Where is it? She also sent it. Like she says, not even AI believes in the Giants, and I'll share what she came across because it's just like
Leah's a good Giant fan. I like Leah. She's a good Giants fan, man. Like, okay, what is it? Oh no, what is
Chat GPT predicts the next 50 MLB champions. And do you see an orange SF on that list in the next 50 years, Paulie?
Well, I see the Yankees twice. I see the Dodgers 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Good Lord. I see the Phillies. I see the Pirates. Wow, the Pirates, the Cubs, the Marlins. To answer your original question, Tony, no, I do not see the black and orange logo anywhere on this page. No, go ahead.
Really sad. Isn't that just that makes me so sad? And you know what? That lone Pirates P makes me say, you know what?
If they can win a series, oh, dude, go Pirates for life. I tell you this, I've been saying this for so long, and I really will do this at some point. But, Tony, I got to tell you, I have been across the country several times, and I've been probably in, my guess would be 40 of the 50 states. I've never been to Pittsburgh. I've never been there.
Funny, Paul, I have not been there either. I have not been there either. So I've always wanted to go, man, because that's set up right there with I forget what it's called.
PNC Park,
but also Heinz Field, which it's not called Heinz Field anymore. Whatever it's called, I still think of it as Heinz Field because the catch-up, man. Come on. And then where the Penguins play too is right there too. All three of those places are right next to each other in Pittsburgh. I'm like, that is a freaking sports mecca, and it's right there on the shores of the Allegheny River. It's beautiful, man. So I've always wanted to go.
And that park looks so amazing. And I got to be honest with you too. I don't talk about this a lot, but I've always loved Roberto Clemente. Like I love him for his baseball prowess, Hall of Famer, 3,000 hits, all that. But I also love him for his humanitarian work and never forget, he died in a plane crash on his way to provide aid for a needy country. I forget which one, but anyway, incredible story. And I love Clemente, and I do love that yard. Now, we do have a couple of requests here. First of all, Rags is going to be in Pittsburgh in 2 weeks. Nice. There you go, man. There you go. Did I see somebody mention this earlier today that it's Dom's mom's birthday? Is that accurate?
I didn't.
Mama Peralta's birthday today. Dom, confirm that when you get a chance, because I've met your mom. She's lovely and old school San Francisco, man. I can tell you this about Dom's mom. She used to work at the ticket window at Candlestick Park.
Incredible.
Boom. You know what I mean? That's incredible. Like you want to win. It is today. Oh, Mama Peralta, happy birthday. And you should make her the biscotti today, Dom. That's what should be going on. You should get, even though I don't know if you know how. I don't know. I'm not a big desserts guy, Tony. I don't do a lot of baking. I can cook as many dinners as you want, but I don't know how to make cookies or anything like that. Do you do that stuff?
Yeah, God, yeah. And I got to give shouts out to my Aunt Gina, my Aunt Sandy, my Aunt Linda, and my mom, who actually make biscotti together. And it's so good. The homemade biscotti is so good. So Dom, cheers to your mom, and cheers to making some biscotti for your mom. That's fantastic. And also, Paulie, I want Aaron Kask as a super. He says, hey guys, can I get some B-Day wishes to my daughter Rory? She turns 12 today, and she'll be pumped to watch this later. So yes, happy birthday to Rory Kask. And maybe Rory will take her father's advice and listen to some Black Sabbath on her birthday tonight. What do you think?
I hope so. That would be, there's hope for the future. Let's get some Sabbath into Rory's ears. Hey, Aaron, no, for real. Hey, Rory, your dad's a great guy. Hope you're having a great birthday. I wish I was turning 12 today. What a great age to be. You're 12 years old. You're 6th, 7th grade, something like that. It's still fun. You know what I mean? Like at that age, like going to school, your friends, the whole thing. It's a lot of fun at that age. So happy birthday, Rory. Mwah. From all of us here at PMP to you. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your cake. And make your dad like sing and dance for you tonight, too. Put him on the spot. Be like, hey, Dad, Paulie Mack said you were going to sing and perform. You know what? Maybe a Taylor Swift song, something like that. Do something fun for your kid tonight, and have a great birthday, Rory. Save me a piece of cake. Yeah.
Paulie, I think Aaron and his daughter jammed together. If I'm not mistaken, I think he sent in a video months ago about him and his daughter playing guitar together. So hopefully they have a jam together. And also, Paulie, some other birthdays that are shared with Rory Kask and Dom Peralta's mom are Steve Martin turns 80 today. So how about this? Love everything about that human being, Steve Martin.
So one of the funniest comedy minds of all time. I mean, people forget how out of his freaking mind he was when we were little kids. They do comedy isn't pretty. The bunny ears, the arrow in his head. Guy's out of his freaking mind. See, I'm not kidding, bro. He used to hang with the Grateful Dead and stuff. Steve Martin was a pretty wild dude back in the day, and just a very, very funny guy. Happy birthday, Steve Martin. I'm glad you mentioned that. And he's in a band with Edie Brickell now. What more do you want? You know,
I was gonna say a badass banjo player too, Steve Martin. So
Steep Canyon, it's like a really cool name too. I think they're called the Steep Canyon Rangers or something like that. They have like a really cool bluegrass name. Yeah,
very true. Also, heavenly birthday for David Crosby today. Heavenly birthday for Earl Weaver. We don't have time today, but maybe tomorrow we can play some of Earl Weaver.
Dude, I'll tell you, the year baseball, MLB needs an Earl Weaver. Give me a guy throwing bases, kicking dirt. Like, we haven't had like a who's the saltiest skipper in the bigs, right? Like, everyone's a nice guy now. Like, who's the saltiest skipper out there? I don't even know if I can think of one.
God, that's a good question. Maybe Bochy. It might be Bochy when he gets healthy. Yeah.
Well, I already gave you guys your World Series. Got Bochy, dude. How about Bochy? The Giants deciding, you know what? I think the game has passed you by, Bruce. I don't think you understand how we do business now with our computers and analytics. And have you met Farhan's team of computer geeks? They'll tell you the opening lineup. You know what I mean? And Bochy's like, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go down to Texas, win one down there. Adios, amigos. You know what I mean? Onward and upward, Bruce Bochy. Sorry, my Bochy tangent of the day. What else you got, Tony? Yeah.
Also, Tim Tebow's 39th birthday for any Tebow heads, and then Magic Johnson, 66 today.
That was my guy, Magic Johnson. That was my favorite player when I was growing up. I was a Magic lunatic. I loved Magic.
And probably the birthday that I'm most excited about would be, and probably you, Paulie, that obviously besides Mrs. Dom Peralta's mom and Rory Kask, is Larry Graham from Sly and the Family Stone. Turning 82 today, dude. 82 today, Larry Graham. So some good birthdays to be shared out there with Rory Kask and Dom's mom. So
Larry Graham, could you imagine that on your resume? Hey, what was your job last year? Oh, I played bass in Sly and the Family Stone. You know how like freaking funky you have to be to hold down that post, man, playing bass in Sly Stone's band. Rest in peace, Sly Stone. It's been a tough year, bro. We've lost some iconic people.
Totally.
I've seen enough. I've had enough. I've seen enough. Rags, for you and me, I've seen too much. Go ahead. What do you got, T?
I was going to say, on the way out, Paulie, this is a great super from Sweet Mad Hatter in Eugene, Oregon. He says, thank you for the super, by the way, Sweet Mad Hatter. He says, we'll be competing this weekend in a salmon derby at Winchester Bay. Cash prizes, yes. He's so Sweet Mad Hatter is asking for good vibes and particles from the fam. He's leaving tonight to compete in the salmon derby, dude. Good luck.
Sweet Mad Hatter, I wish you all the luck in the world. First of all, I'm a salmon lunatic. I freaking love a nice piece of salmon. Give me that fresh salmon, Tony. Wild salmon. Let me give you know what I'm going to do for you? Sweet Mad Hatter, here's some Polymac particles from the kitchen for you. So my mom she's a great cook, and she's turned me on to a lot of great recipes. Let me give you this recipe real quick. It's only 3 ingredients, and it effing rules. And she just turned me on to this. Tony, next time you're cooking salmon, take these 3 steps. Sweet Mad Hatter, you too. You get yourself a little pot on the stove. You get yourself a nice piece of salmon. Tony, you're going to melt some butter with a little Dijon mustard, okay? You're going to stir that ass up. So the mustard and the butter gets melted. Now you're going to baste your salmon. You baste that bad boy. Here comes the secret weapon. Then you come over the top with a little brown sugar. You sprinkle a little brown sugar on top of the mustard butter sauce, and then a little lemon when it comes out. Home run. I'm telling you, home run. It's like those simple recipes, man. Sometimes those are the best ones. So again, repeat after me, Tony. Butter, Dijon, brown sugar, lemon, and a little salt and pepper, of course. And then you're having yourself a very tasty piece of fish. I can't stop doing that one.
Dude, or you can just do some dill and lemon. You can do Megan makes a great like chimichurri that she puts on salmon. So there's many ways to prepare the salmon. But Sweet Mad Hatter, dude, great vibes to you, and good luck this weekend. Bring it home, man. Bring home the Salmon Derby Championship. We'd love to hear about it over the weekend. But anyways, have fun while you're at it too, man.
Yeah, Sweet Mad Hatter, have a great time. Take that one last pull off the leg bung before you pull out and compete, because one lends itself nicely to the other, in my opinion. A little leg bung, a little casting, a little salmon. It's all good. Hey, I want to thank our sponsors on the way out the door today. I want to say thank you so much to Dr. Matt Young and Young Dental. Creative Tony will be bringing tales of the Dr. Matt Young office back to the show. Tony, when you go in, make sure you give him a PMP shirt.
Yes, I will.
Do you have one? I would say give him a large. I think he's probably a large.
I'll get one from Dom. I'll hash it out with Dom. We'll make sure he gets merch, stickers, T-shirts. We'll make sure he's taken care of.
Thank you. Yeah, give him the whole thing, Tony. As they say back in the 1940s, give him the whole kit and caboodle. My grandfather used to say that. You know what he's going to do? He's going to give him the whole kit and caboodle. I don't even know what that means, but that's what my granddad used to say. Okay, Dr. Matt Young, 25 years in the business. He runs the entire gamut of dental care, comprehensive dental care, everything from cleanings and fillings to emergency care and chipped teeth, like Tony. I mean, it happens. This is life, man. And I love the story too. When he goes in, he's gonna be like, "Hey, Tony, how'd this happen?" He'd be like, "Nothing. I just bit down on a pebble. I ate a freaking pebble on it. What was it, on a cracker? Is that what you said?"
On a slice of pizza. On a slice of pizza. So I just just like, okay.
My man's got pebbles on his pizza. You know, John Lennon on the White Album. I got blisters on my fingers. Creative Tony. I got pebbles on my pizza. Anyway, that's going to be Tony's first single. I got pebbles on my pizza. True story. Strange but true story of Creative Tony's dental work. Anyway, Dr. Young also specializes in implant surgery, implant restorations. He accepts pretty much all the major insurance companies. So get on down there for all your dental needs. And then lastly, but certainly not least, he is our main man, Carlos De La Fuente, Los D, we call him on the streets. He is the man behind the entire PMP night out at the yard on 826. So this is being done to, so we can all hang out and have a great night together, but also to give all of us an opportunity to talk to Los D in a very informal way. The game, Tony, we should start an over-under. How much will the Giants be trailing by the third inning on 826? Yesterday, they were down 6. I turned on the game in the second inning. They were down 6. I'm like, God, when is it going to end? Creative Tony threw this on the artwork yesterday on Twitter. I think he said, like, make it stop. Or please make it stop. Like the losses, it hurts too much. Make it stop. Here comes Tampa Bay. Don't think they're not looking to kick some giant ass. It's like line up, the line forms to the left. Come on in and kick our ass on our own field. I think we have Landon Roop there. It is going tomorrow night, so maybe he can put a stop to this madness. But in any case, the night out with Los D is going to be a great time. We're all looking forward to that. So if you come on and you have something you want to ask Carlos, that's a great opportunity. In the meantime, just know this. He can help you in so many different areas of your financial life, whether it's your mortgage, whether it might be a loan. He is licensed in California, so regardless of where you are, and I know we do have listeners now pretty far and wide, all over the state, so it doesn't matter where you are. You can be up in Redding. You can be up in Mount Shasta. It doesn't matter. He can help you. So talk to Carlos either that night or prior to that, 925-250-4894. Carlos ruled. You saw the video earlier today, Tony. Last thing I'll say is you can also email him, carlos@myflexnow.com.
I'm sharing the video one more time, Paulie, because Los rules and I love his vibes. So I'm sharing it again. So stand by. Here we go.
What's good, PMP Army? Los D coming on here to give all of you love and remind you that August 26th is fast approaching, and we are going to be together at Longbridge at the Giants game. And enjoy life. Take a step back from our everyday grind and have fun first and foremost. But I also will be there to answer questions about loans, specific scenarios, and questions that you may have. One-on-one, may do a little something in front of the group. We'll figure it out. But can't wait to see y'all. And cheers.
The best. So thank you, Los. Thanks for sending that in, brother. Appreciate the support, man.
All right. Now, Tony, before we say goodbye to everybody, I know we're working on the show for tomorrow. We may or may not have a guest. Can we confirm that yet? Do you have any? You don't have to say any names, but are we good to go there?
May or may not. Yeah, may or may not.
All right, so let's not promote then. Sometimes I got to tell you what, dude, but booking guests is a pain in the ass. I'm just telling you right now, man. It's harder than it sounds. I had again, I was reeling in. I had a rock star on the end of my fishing rod. I'm like, ooh, I just hooked this guy. Come on. And now I can't get him to close the deal. He was in. Now I can't get him. So anyway, we're working on stuff, guys. Just bear with us. Here's what we need. We need a full-time guest booker. We need a full-time Tony, stylist to prepare your look every day and damp your moist head.
A full-time executive producer, dude. It's just my
full-time executive producer. We also need a full-time digital director. He can handle all of these accounts you see in front of you: YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Tony, it's overwhelming. It's a tidal wave of information we're working on. And as Tony said years ago, not even years, but months ago, and it feels like years, he goes, it's a two-man operation. You know what I mean? It's a friggin', or you throw Don Peralta in the mix, it's a three-man operation. But again, we got a lot going on. So anyway, guest booking is a pain in the ass. We might have a guest tomorrow. We don't know yet, but we'll announce it tomorrow on Twitter before, if we do, lock this cat up. And then secondly, Tony, shout out to the guy wandering around in the backyard behind you, maybe stealing a car. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully that's not your car. Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. They're getting ready to go on the ATVs, Paulie. So if you don't mind, class dismissed. There we go.
All right, Creative Tony, cheers to you. I want to thank Steve Moskowitz for joining us today. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you, Joey P. Another guy, Joey P. Anthony Merkovich, Rags, Dom, Pine Needle. Help me, Tony. Eric Kask. I don't know. Noemi. You know what I mean? Mad Hatter. They're all out there, T. They're all out there. You give me some names.
Dude, Pine Needle says the guy in the background put pebbles in my pizza. That's hilarious. That could be. And also, Pine Needle got your email about your honorable mention for the pizza. Dude, it was a pizza that was while he was gambling, and so it was inside of a casino. You can see everything in the background. It was fantastic. I'll have to share that on the show tomorrow. And congrats again to Nicky DiFrancesco. He's the winner of our Pizza Fest tickets. Nick, I don't know if I've seen you on the chat today, but if you watch this later, Neil Donardi will email you the tickets directly today if he hasn't already. Thanks, P.
All right, Tony, have a great time with the ATVs. No more pebbles in your pizza. And that's about all I got for you today. So cheers, y'all. Enjoy a day of no giant baseball. Enjoy the freedom, the liberation of being just a citizen in the world without the headaches of giant baseball. Tony, if I could leave you with one last riff. Tomorrow, we'll see who else gets hurt down at Niner camp, and we'll update you there. I know, because someone's going down on a daily basis down there. It doesn't make me happy, but that's what's been happening. So anyway, enjoy your Thursday. A Giants-free Thursday. Tony, don't hurt yourself on the ATV. Cheers, y'all, and we will see you tomorrow at high noon. Cheers, everybody.
Peace, y'all.